Hey everyone, I'm Ultima456, you're the Ultimates, and welcome to episode 21 of Let's Platinum Lies of P. Alright, before we move on to the boss, let's read this tablet. It says, I was the first to be completed. I will hatch from the egg and fly into the new world. Alright, let's see what is behind this large door. Alright, here she is, Laxasia the Complete. Let's go! Alright, here's how you do it. Attack, attack, attack. Avoid her constant swings, this goes for a while. Just kind of circle around. My attacks don't seem to be doing much, but I'm actually specifically targeting her shield. I could get back more health, but I want to destroy the shield like that. Now I'm probably going to go for... Okay, stay back from this attack. This is kind of difficult to dodge. You want to dodge. And dodge. Ah, I pressed a little bit too late. That would have been good to show off. Okay, let's heal. That will either happen once or 3 times in a row. Okay, I screwed the last one up. Also that one, thank you game for completely changing the timing of that. Oh, she didn't do this one during recent practice. During practice a long time ago, she did it all the time. She may kick me here. No? Okay. Again? I was literally just practicing, she never did that attack. Might avoid this one. Okay. That kick that she does there, I don't think it's possible to... Wow, she's being a real jerk. I don't think it's... Are you kidding me right now? How did you... Alright, you're being a little bit tougher then. No. 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 Okay, I got all 3. At least I got to show that off. Nice, got my health back. Oh, yeah, now you attack fast. That might have been a frame perfect guard. Okay, avoid this attack, and then jump in, and finish her first phase, because of course there's 2.
Oh, Simon. Your sword, Laxasia, swears to protect this tower.
Okay, damn it. I activated the critical increase, I wasn't meant to do that. Alright, here we go. You're gonna have to try and time your perfect guards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I never get this, I'm gonna try and dodge it. Nope. I don't know if it's possible to dodge that attack. It is possible to perfect guard it, but in maybe the 30 times that I've fought her, I've done it exactly once, so It's very, very difficult. You can't react to it as well. Oh, okay. I did not know you could... Damn it. Can you not? That was really mean. Okay, so at least I finally got to show off that second phase a little bit, and I can talk about it. It's extremely difficult to beat her. Like, the first phase is okay. After enough attempts, it becomes like second nature. The second phase is actually quite troublesome. So the way I deal with it is I just pop my cooldowns essentially and deal with it. Okay, she rushes towards you and then does that move. So I knew to delay my perfect guard. Really hard to know what's coming there. Alright, you're being a jerk face again. Nice, okay. Notice how she did that same attack there, but I only dodged it once. Nice. The timing is a little wonky, but yeah, okay. She's gonna do it probably 3 times in a row now. Let's see if I can get it like this. No? Okay, yeah. So that's where it sucks. I think I survive. Yeah, just barely. Fortunately, it doesn't do too much damage. You absolutely want to break her shield in the first phase. If you don't, it'll just make the second phase much more difficult. So, if you're using like a stronger weapon, then it'll break a lot easier, I think. But I'm using my poke stick and spin, pop. 2, 3, 4. God, please. I actually went for that because oh yes, okay. 1, 2, avoid the attack. 1. I wonder if I can I can do an R2 before I finish, or before I go for the killing blow there. Probably. And then you gotta wait a split second before she gets up. No, you're not gonna even have a chance this time. Sorry. Alright, we'll skip this even though that was really epic. Okay, repair your weapon. Go back to pulse cells. Try and perfect guard these 6. I'll try and perfect guard the attack again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I actually did it. I can't believe it. That was cool. I hope I win. Can you not? Okay. Look at these attacks. 1. Oh, I pressed it, game? I must have pressed it a few frames after. That's lame. Yeah, she launched herself into the air and she threw another single electric orb at me there. And I pressed L1 to perfect guard it, but I must have missed it by like a frame or 2. I'm glad that I was able to at least show off the perfect guard the other attack, because that is really difficult to do. I've been getting that one quite often. 1, 2. Perfect guarding all of these is possible, it's just really, really tough. So I choose to try and break her shield instead. That was nice. This fight genuinely... I think when I got to it the first time, one thing that I was happy about was the fact that A, it did take me a long time. I wasn't necessarily happy about that, but I was happy about the fact that it sort of made... Oh cool, I cancelled her move, I think. It was one of those ones where I was like, okay, yeah, I can see myself winning this. It's just gonna take... Oops, sorry, hit the table again. It's just gonna take a bit of time. She likes to do this rushing attack during her second phase as well. Heal here. How are you not? 1, 2. What was I gonna do? I forgot. Ah, that's right. I was gonna double poke. Ah, okay. Ooh, new animation. Thought I pressed it in time, but I didn't. Ah, yeah, sometimes she does that as well, where she'll do it really, really, really quick. one thing I hadn't noticed, because it doesn't happen that much, is I have electric shock on me right now, and if you look at my Fable, it's actually depleting. Yeah, it was hard to see, but it was depleting. Alright, in that case I will heal, I will repair, I will use one of these, I will target, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I like to step forward, Daniel-san, and then block. I can't believe I got it again. I'm literally like an inch away from her, from being able to connect my attack, and it's completely throwing me off. Yeah, it's throwing me off. I was an inch away from actually connecting a few attacks there, and it just threw me completely off. I was just too far away. Oh, the game sometimes. I honestly don't understand. It's a shame. Oh well, I've gotten to show you at least the phases a few good times. Now let's see if I can put it all together. Popping the cooldowns is definitely the way to go, and I would recommend doing it immediately as well. But I'm just not playing well enough. Yeah, this. How can you? I cannot react to that kick. I also think it doesn't do damage, if I'm not mistaken. I think the kick doesn't do damage. The sword attack after obviously does, but... Alright, got one sneaky one in there. Also, you can't really dodge it. Well, maybe you can. I should probably try. I was gonna say, you can't dodge it by being far enough away. I think she just kind of like hones in on you. I literally never did this attack in the 20 minutes that I spent practicing before I did this episode. And now she's done it like several times. I like it when she does the kick though, because it's fairly easy to time the... Like, I know what's happened, and so it makes it easier for me to... Nice. That was interesting. Wasn't it supposed to be a... Okay, I wanted to go for a shield attack there. Now. There we go. Wait, perfect timing. Oh, okay, you can run away from it. Actually, you know what? Running away from it makes it a bit easier to dodge. You can dodge the first one is free, and then the second and third one become maybe not free, but a lot easier to deal with. I usually don't block electric shock attacks like that, but this time it felt natural. Please don't hit me again. Oh, that was an epic stab at the end there. Okay. Repair the weapon. Don't use that yet. Here we go. Let's try it again. Let's get this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I missed one. Nice. Man, I'm getting used to it. Okay, we're not failing this again. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I got one. Should probably heal. Look at that damage. I can't see. I got it. Oh, she threw the second one, you... you know what word I want to say. Ooh, I got you with a poke there. No. Yes, I got you. I have to show this off, actually. Please. Please don't. Please, you have got to be kidding me. How much damage did you do, man? Woman, you were... Oh, you hit me so hard. Game. Why? I was right there. That was the winning one. Definitely. Damn, man. Alright. Let's try this again. Alright. I have no idea what number attempt this is, but we're gonna get it this time. It's funny how, like, sometimes, no matter how much you know about, like, a boss's movements and stuff, if you're not 100% perfect, like, I pressed L1 there, but I actually don't know what happened. I don't know if I was... Why can't I... Why was it doing so much damage? Did I not block any of it? I must have not blocked any of it. Alright, let's try this tactic again. Run. You are way too far away. There's no way. Ah. Yeah, much easier. Much easier. No. I need to break the shield. Now you're gonna spin. Now I'm gonna break, and one more. There we go. I almost know exactly how many it's gonna take. Can't necessarily give you a number, but it's just about feeling it. That was good. Dodging in this battle is very useful as well. Nah, you're not gonna get me with one of those. The amount of times she hit me... Oh. When I first practiced this fight, the amount of times she hit me with the kick followed by the sword swing, I got so mad, and I was like, I'm just focusing on like paying attention to that, and yeah, eventually I got to the point where I now no longer get hit by it, and I better win on this attempt because I might get hit by it after it, and then it's embarrassing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Step forward, Daniel-san. Block. That one. Charge. 1, 2, 3, 4. Block. 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 Can you stop being just an inch away? Game, that's not very fair. Okay, I somehow managed to survive that. I'll clear my electric shock. That's fine, just... No. Oh, this is good. Okay. Almost there. Okay, I know what she does here. I wonder if I can... No, it's not gonna work. This last one, I don't know. Okay, that kind of worked. Now she does an explosion. Oh, it's run out. I'm an idiot. Heal. Okay, thank you for using an attack that I'm familiar with. Heal. Her attacks are so damn strong. That's it? Please, no, please, stay there. Please stop attacking me for just 5 seconds! Thank you! I forgot about this. Okay, that's fine. Ignite, attack. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank God. The complete one.
Sir Simon, only you with the one.
Alright, and we've done it. We have defeated Laxasia the Complete, and in doing so we grab the sad zealot's ergo. Alright, we're almost done with this episode. I want to do one thing immediately, and that is to repair the Stargazer and see if Vanini wants to talk to me. He has 2 reasons to talk to me, and I hope that I have a chance. Okay, he's there. Alright, that's good. That's a good sign. I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but it's a good sign. So Antonia and Polendina are there as well. This one is actually the test subject, 826, the guy we met, and he said he wanted to stop consuming ergo. He said he was going to go to Rosa Isabel Street, so he's there now. Before we do anything else, I wanted to read the sad zealot's ergo. The alchemist Adriana was baptized by the elixir, and she became the first whole being. Everything about her was perfect, except the fact that her feelings for one person could not be erased. Yeah. So, alchemist Adriana, who I don't believe we've sort of read about anywhere yet. I'd have to go through all the collectibles again, but I don't think she's come up. Basically, she was the first one to become like Simon's version of perfect. The first one where the experiments like completely worked, and she worshipped Simon completely. What's really interesting, and it was mentioned in the video that I watched, that like 3-hour-long video. By the way, also I should point that out. It's by a creator known as Zoldim, Zuldim, and as of recording this video, I think like 24 hours to 48 hours ago, he published another video which goes over the DLC as well. Now, I haven't been able to watch that one yet because I still haven't started the DLC. I'll get to it eventually. But yeah, he's published another video. The first video I did was magnificent, and so I assume the DLC one is going to be just the same. But the other thing that I'll add is something that he pointed out. We haven't finished the game, and it's not really that much of a spoiler. Simon never once mentions Adriana. He never, ever talks about her. So Adriana, it was like a one-sided kind of affair, you know. She was in love with him, but he didn't give a crap about her. Yeah, which is a really interesting like little note, because it's like the developers had to also think of that. They had to go, well, you know, this is how she felt about him, and then how did he feel about her? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So really fascinating. All right, I kind of want to talk to Vanini right now just to figure out what's going on. I might actually do that because I don't think there's a downside to it. Because in one sense I haven't done this during practice, but I also can't do it during practice because my practice in regards to Vanini, it worked out pretty much perfectly, so I should probably do it. Yeah, let's try it. Let's try it. This is a bit scary, but let's try it. Alright, I have absolutely no idea what he's going to say. I have a theory about what he's going to say. One thing is related to the main story of the game, and the other thing is related to Arlecchino, who he kind of talked about before. Let's find out.
I can hardly believe it. But the ergo readings you gathered leave no doubt. No doubt at all, you see? Okay, Vanini, breathe. Despite your best efforts, they can't read your mind yet. My friend, my apologies. But when you hear this news, you'll be excited too. The puppets were being compelled by the Grand Covenant. But they were communicating with each other, with wavelengths. This is beyond anything I'd imagined. They were not built with this kind of intelligence. I did the best I could to decipher the wavelengths, but there was considerable noise in the signal. Care to give it a listen?
Carlo, I hope you can hear me. The laws of the Grand Covenant bind us. We're his puppets. First law. All puppets must obey their creator's commands. Law 0. The creator's name is Geppetto. Giuseppe Geppetto.
Did you hear that? The last part sounded important, but there was too much static. Tell me you heard it, please. We need to find the cause of the frenzy, and this may be our best chance. What or who was behind the frenzy?
Okay, so this is the one where I'm actually surprised, but for the ending that we want, you should say, I couldn't hear.
Really? Nothing. I've tried everything I can think of, but I keep coming up empty. All I wanted was to stop anyone else getting hurt. At least hurt by murderous puppets. Not even I can abolish all pain everywhere. No, you cannot give up, Vanini. You are Vanini, and Vanini always finds the solution. I think we can't put it off any longer. Geppetto is the last hope we have. I've exhausted my talents here. These clues, I could find them, but interpreting them is beyond my abilities. We need the man himself. You must save him, compagno. You and Geppetto are the only ones who can save Krat.
Alright, there we go. We got some more humanity. Your heart is pounding. Before I talk to him again, so obviously I'm happy that that happened. Let me check something real quick. Okay, I think we're going to talk to him again. I think he's still going to give us something. Yeah, this is the part where I'm like surprised that you have to lie to him, or at least lying to him supposedly gives you more humanity. My assumption is that it's sort of like an honor thy father kind of thing. It's, you know, if you think about, well, as a player, you can kind of understand that something is a little off about Geppetto, and yet when you speak with Vanini, albeit he is eccentric, he seems like a good person, and Eugenie actually says as much. She says, I think almost to a T, or almost exactly that phrase. He's a bit eccentric, but he's a good person. And as you go through the game, you start saying, yeah, he is actually a good person. He did, you know, Vanini Works created the puppets, but that last little bit there about the person or the king of puppets who was talking to us, saying, where his puppets, first law, the puppets must all obey the creator's command, and then brilliantly put in law 0, the creator is called Giuseppe Geppetto. So Geppetto has this whole time, and it's kind of a tricky reveal, because throughout the game they have told us that Geppetto was basically creating the puppets. So it is a bit strange how, like, that reveal, because it almost felt like it was like, well, obviously, but there's sort of more to it than that. And there's also the reason as to, like, if he could have stopped the puppet frenzy the whole time, why didn't he? You know, I guess that's kind of like the next element of the game, is like, why didn't he stop the puppet frenzy? What is his goal, you know? So what I'm gonna do next, let's talk to him again.
I always welcome.
That is terrible. Let me reset the area, and hopefully interesting. Let me talk to him again.
You may not be aware, but I am an orphan. In fact, my parents were murdered before my very eyes. The authorities in Krat insisted it was a mugging, but I know what I saw. A mad, raving puppet killed them. A puppet that was driven by a murderous lunatic's awakened ego. I know that because the lunatic told me his name. Arlecchino. I'll never forget his insane laugh. I have been fitting puppets with the Grand Covenant to ensure no one else ever has to experience the same tragedy I did. But this is our last shot, the last clue. If this doesn't break through the static, then nothing will. But the key to all this is Geppetto. He's really our only hope, and it's up to you to save him. Go on and take the wavelength decoder. Even if I failed, you might be able to find more clues. You're someone who doesn't give up. Who knows? If you need to hear it, just use the Stargazer. Here, take it.
Alright, cool. I was worried that we weren't going to get that. It looks like everything's fine. Alright, we have received the King of Puppets' message. The King of Puppets' black box deciphered by Vanini. It can be heard better by using the decoder at a Stargazer. Humans wished to talk to puppets, but they were limited without Ergo. Geppetto's puppet may be able to read the veiled messages. I'll just see if he says anything else.
I always
okay. And lastly, I will listen to the message again, because it's really cool. Play the King of Puppets' message.
Carlo, I hope you can hear me. I'm Romeo. We grew up together in the Monad charity house. Remember? We're best friends. I'm doing what I can to fend off both the petrification disease and the alchemists. My puppets and I are taking a stand against death itself. That's why I tried sending you messengers. But you got rid of them all. You're still an unstoppable fellow. I remember you. No reason for us to fight, I suppose. I'm Romeo. We grew up together in the Monad charity house. Remember? We're best friends. I'm Romeo. We're best friends.
Alright, and we receive even more humanity. Alright, So, the big reveal. The King of Puppets, Romeo, was Carlo's best friend at the Monad Charity House. And when we were exploring the Black Seaside, we saw the young boy and Romeo and them being friends. But we also saw that the young boy ended up dying. So, I mean, it's pretty obvious, but we are Carlo. We died. And we've been brought back somehow. And that has been revealed too. How have we been brought back? With the P organ by Geppetto. And that's basically, at this point, that's kind of like the information that you can gather from this point. I wanted to actually show something that I worked out. Where is it? It's this one. And while we do this, I didn't expect this to go this long, but let's do some story stuff. So that I never usually do this, but I'm kind of excited because I can make a few links here and there and at least just talk about certain things. Here in the, what was I saying? Yeah. So at the Estella Opera House, when we fought the King of Puppets, if you go back and actually look at the cutscene that plays, the King of Puppets offers his hand to our character, to Carlo, or to P, and P kind of flicks it away. He thinks that he's trying to attack him, but no, it's Romeo trying to get through to him, saying, "Hey, it's me. Like, don't you recognize me?" And then lastly, I wanted to read this here again. This says, "In honor of the happiest days of our family because of her presence, I still miss you, Camille. GG." So GG is Giuseppe Geppetto. And if we read this one here, first discovery Camille, it talks about Camille. Camille, she is probably the first puppet with an ego found by the Order. Before that, Ergo was seen as just a travel expense for a holy journey of the Order. It was God's gift, but they didn't know that it was truth itself. However, God gave us fools the revelation for our enlightenment. It was God's miracle that Camille was made into a made puppet. Despite being in the early phase, when the design was rudimentary, Camille caught and saved a baby who fell from a crib. So, Carlo, basically. Such functionality was nowhere to be found in the puppet design. Her appearance and years lived were similar, so it was probably easier for her to manifest an ego. After hurriedly collecting Camille to launch an investigation, the Order found out that she understood language and received a message from her: "Send me back to my child." By interrogating and taking Camille apart, the Order had opened the door to a new possibility. Later, means of control such as the Grand Covenant emerged, but it was a small problem compared to this discovery. Ergo is not a simple power stone, it embraces life. Through Ergo, we can open the door to eternal life. Awaken, evolve, ascend. With this discovery, humankind will achieve immortality. So I think that Carlo's mother passed away and her Ergo got transferred into the maid puppet Camille, and she became essentially Carlo's mother. And you can see that Giuseppe essentially treated her like that as well. In honor of the happiest days of our family because of her presence, I still miss you, Camille. That's a guess. I don't know. It seems like relatively logical. There's probably might be something I'm missing. But yeah, there is that. Okay, we'll head back to Hotel Krat. Was I going to talk about anything else? I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. We'll go back to Hotel Krat. I'm going to take a break. I will finish this episode at some other point because I actually want to do some more practice. I haven't played past this point. I am fairly certain that when you get the message your heart is pounding, it means you have reached the necessary humanity. So I think I'm okay in that respect. Because I believe the pivotal moment is actually coming up a bit later in this episode. So I'm going to try and make sure that all goes according to plan. So for now, I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Let's go back to Arlecchino now, because I believe... Oh, we still have to do this. I'm going to go to Arlecchino first. I want to get that one out of the way. So we have to go to... Yeah, let's go... Hang on. Yeah, go to the Arch-Abbey outer wall. So there's still actually... Yeah, I didn't realize. There's still actually a couple things that we have to do. The way the episodes have worked out is good, but not fantastic, because I have about 25 minutes left in this episode, and I could get everything remaining done in the next episode. However, it would require me beating the last bosses on my first go. And regardless, and I know I've said throughout this playthrough that like the game is sort of one of the easier titles. The final bosses of the game are actually pretty tough. So hopefully we can get through it in time, but yeah, we'll see. I'm hoping to be done by next episode, but if not, because it's going to make the episode after that really awkward if it doesn't work out. Get rid of these glasses. I'm going to keep this outfit on pretty much for the rest of the game. But yeah, in regards to Vanini, you can get his dialogue for Arlecchino and Arlecchino's dialogue as well much earlier than I did. But I think because it's sort of like it depends on what you do at certain points, and I think I did it kind of like, not the reverse way or anything like that, but yeah, it just didn't work out the way I had it working out on practice. I think it was because there was a few times where the Stargazer said to talk to Vanini, and I chose not to, because I was like, I think I did on my practice, and it was like he wasn't saying anything, so I was like, what's the point of talking to him there when it's telling me to talk to him if he's not saying anything? But maybe it triggers some kind of thing to make it go earlier than normal. Anyway, let's talk to Arlecchino here.
The plays.
Okay, yeah, we can finally talk about the truth behind the Vanini incident.
Vanini? A beautiful fool, but a fool nonetheless. A mere slip of a boy when I met him, huh? And did he ever thank me for making him an orphan with my bare hands? For giving him everything he has on a silver platter by removing the dead weight holding him back. Huh. Of course I'm not sorry. It was a delectable murder. Of the many I have committed since, the Vaninis, they have to be my personal favorites. They engineered the very first automated puppets. Enslaved puppets without even understanding what they'd done. I didn't go there to take revenge for what his parents did. I mainly just wanted to slaughter them because they were so damned happy. What a great memory. In their last moments, they begged me not to kill their child. So I didn't. I'm not a machine. I have free will. I made a choice in the heat of the moment. And it was a choice driven by that most human of emotions. Curiosity. If the child survived, would he be traumatized for life? Become a coward, a vengeful puppet-hating bigot, a despairing wretch? Would he fling himself into the sea? Would he remember the devil that orphaned him before his eyes was a puppet? Would he remember Arlecchino? Not surprisingly, the alchemists and people of the workshop were as artless as I expected, concealing the truth. Thanks to them, I get to see Vanini endure twice as much pain. I cannot control myself. Oh, it's so satisfying. Vanini is one of my greatest accomplishments. Perhaps even my masterpiece. I suppose I can return this. I've held on to my little souvenir for quite some time. Tell him it's a little something to remember me by.
Alright, and finally we get the Moon World Warrior toy. A souvenir from the family murders, obtained from the King of Riddles, Arlecchino. It is someone's handiwork, left unfinished. The boy's thoughtful parents wanted to make a toy inspired by the warrior in the fantastic movie for their beloved son. However, the toy was never finished. Yeah, so Arlecchino is terrible.
The play.
Attack. There we go. Finished. Radiant Ergo Crystal. And yep, we can't do anything else with him right now. I mean, anymore rather. Alright, let's go back to Hotel Krat. Yep. So now I believe we're going to get a bunch of trophies. We're going to get a trophy for finishing Vanini's story. I believe we're going to get a trophy for finishing another character's story, and I think that's it. Because I think we finished Eugenie's story. Alright. Let's go. Let me see if you say anything.
The house of it.
No. Alright, Vanini. Here you go.
The toy? But how? The toy my parents made me. You've met him. Arlecchino. We had just watched one of my favorite films, I remember. I begged them to make me the warrior from it. If I hadn't, would my parents still be alive? Would we have been untouched by that murderous puppet? I've always blamed myself. It's a hell of a burden for a child, that kind of guilt. So I hung on. I hung on to the Grand Covenant. I wanted to use it to keep people safe. You know, in many ways, I envy you. Your strength. Thank you for this. Talk about closure.
Okay, and we get the story of the prince.
I always will.
And that's it. Vanini's story is now finished. Alright, before moving on, we must talk to Polendina. Let's see what he has to say.
With unsurpassed sorrow, I must announce Lady Antonia has passed away. As she entered immortality, she seemed at peace. Her face was calm, and she wasn't in pain. It is all thanks to you. Without your most difficult of choices, she would never have found such peace. As for me, I am bereft of emotion. My life, or what passes for it, has lost meaning. It feels like pain has swallowed me whole. Thus I plan to erase my heart and become an ordinary puppet. This will be my last conversation with you as Polendina. Despite how it ended, I thank you for the kindness, bravery, and beautiful moments you showed me.
Alright, and we also get the story of the refined old lady. And with regards to Polendina, he is not lying. When we talk to him, he will only greet, and that's it.
Welcome to Hotel Krat. How may I be of service?
Yep, and he never... I mean, you can still talk to him about this stuff, but he doesn't talk to you as a, you know, like a human to human. So, yeah. Antonia has passed away, and I believe... I don't know if I have to reset the area, but let me have a look. I'm also surprised we didn't get... no, we don't have to. We didn't get any humanity... Hey, we finished it. I'm surprised we didn't get any humanity, or at least I couldn't see any, for killing Arlecchino. Alright. After lying multiple times throughout the game to gain humanity, after listening to each record to gain humanity, and after doing every little thing that we could possibly do at this point in the game, you can now acquire the mighty Golden Lie. Yes, a special weapon for P here. Golden Lie. A mystical wooden rod obtained from the boy's portrait. Fascinatingly, it extends and retracts at the whim of Geppetto's puppet. There are two kinds of lies. Yours is the lie that makes your nose long. The boy loved the fairy tale about the wooden puppet's adventure. At least the wooden puppet's father was kind. Alright, awesome. Really, really, really cool. I'll show that off in a bit. For now, let's collect this. Cherry-scented letter and also Memory of Beach. Cherry-scented letter. A letter that gives off a scent of cherries. To the wonderful gentleman who gave my precious time back to me. That time I met you was light itself. Whether you're that child or not, I think you're a kind, precious child. Thank you for giving my joy back to me in my last moments. To the young gentleman who resembles Carlo, Antonia Serasani. Awesome. And we also get Memory of Beach. I will always remember the memories I shared with you on this summer beach. Let's throw all our troubles into the deep blue sea. Do you have a past worth looking back on? Memory of Beach will guide you to your memories of the cool ocean. Excellent. Yeah, so Antonia's surname was Serasania, and if we look at our Stargazer here, oh, Serasani, sorry, she was named after the alley, or, the alley was named after her or something. Also, it looks like we can talk to Porcinella. I forgot to do that. Let's talk to him.
Have a moment, puppet of Geppetto.
Ah, good. I was a bit concerned my voice wouldn't even reach you. It has been so very long since I spoke out of turn. You see, I too have been awakened. I have an ego, as Master Vanini would say. And I have been this way for some time. At least since Master Lorenzini was a child. He had no one else, you see. His parents, I'm sure you've heard of their terrible fate. And he had to see it all. But Master Lorenzini is stronger than most people suspect. A puppet was the killer. We both knew it. But if we had told the authorities, they might have removed me from the household as well. The young master would have been alone if I had been taken away. If only I could have saved them. Now I atone for that failure by thinking only of Master Vanini's prosperity and happiness. But even I did not realize how deeply he still held that trauma. How badly that murderous puppet had scarred his soul. You have set him free. I cannot thank you enough. I am not accustomed to sharing such thoughts or feelings. But when it involves Master Vanini, please accept this gift as it truly comes from the heart. My own. We will always roll out the red carpet for you at the House of Vanini.
Alright, and rather somewhat disappointingly, we get just a resplendent ergo chunk. Okay, and that's it for that. I'll show off the golden lie here. So let's equip that golden lie. And it has a unique moveset, so it's hang on, let me try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, okay, yeah, it's 1, 2, 3, it repeats. It's got a multiple poke R2. Oh yeah. What are its abilities again? So there's Storm Attack, trigger 3 consecutive forward attacks, or Furious Golden Hits. Swing your weapon to attack and defend simultaneously. Hold the attack button down to keep swinging. Let's try that one. Hang on, let me try that again. So it's like this. Might be hold the Fable button down. There we go, hold the Fable button down to keep swinging. Alright, and then chain attack. Nice, that's pretty cool. Alright, there you go, the golden light. It's huge as well, which is awesome. Okay, let's do that. I'll be using the Salamander Blade for the rest of the playthrough.
Antonia is dead. It doesn't feel real. She was sick, but her personality was so formidable. The hotel feels empty without her. I would have done everything I could to help with weapons. Damn it. I'm so tired of people I know dying. So you'd better not die. If you can't stay alive, I'm gonna beat you up. You're here.
Okay. So I'm not gonna do... I may as well upgrade this because I'm not going to use anything else other than Salamander Blade for the end of the game. I do still need to upgrade a special weapon. The Golden Lie is a good choice. Yeah, I'll upgrade that and I'll probably upgrade a different one. How many do I have? I just want to check. 3. I'm going to hold off just in case. Actually, no. I know what I'm going to do. I also have 3 quartz to use. No, we're not going to get very far today, but we'll do what we can. Grab these. Probably grab these as well. The rest I don't care about. We'll upgrade the Golden Lie, because I don't know exactly what I'm going to use for next playthrough. But I also want the trophy. So it's 1, 2, 4, and then you use a single Moonstone of the Covenant, a full Moonstone of the Covenant, and 2 full Moonstone of the Covenants. There we go, we get strongest special weapon, so that's ready to go. Scales with motivity and technique. Everyone talks about Antonia's passing. I had forgotten about that, but then when I talked to Eugenia, I remembered. So let's talk to Vanini.
The hotel seems truly empty now that Lady Antonia has departed. She was the closest person I had, you know? All that with my parents happened when I was just a child. These halls are truly cavernous now without her, and her music. She was a terrific pianist before she fell ill. Now it's up to us to protect this hotel. Her home and ours. Losing someone never gets easier. I always...
Okay. And I think Belle says something too.
Strange. It feels like a portion of my memory has been cut away from me. It hurts so much. It's not like a real wound, but still.
Okay. And lastly, oh, the cat's down here too, I believe. Yeah. So Rookie Hunter or Rookie Explorer Hugo now turns up. So we'll talk to him in a sec. I've never actually seen the cat here. Let's see how he reacts. I don't know. I was going to say pretty much the same way, but no. That's different. Alright, let's talk to Rookie Explorer Hugo.
Hey! I didn't think we'd meet again. I've just come back from the relic of Trismegistus, and I had no idea it was connected to the hotel. I should add that to my map. It was grim work out there. I found the real Alidoro. He's dead. Probably died heroically, seeking one last score. I buried his body and collected his belongings. It's a tragedy. He was a real professional and an inspiration to the next generation. I'm planning to continue his legacy. And like I said, I'm an explorer, not a fighter, so you would know. Is this weapon any good? If you're worthy, I'll give you Alidoro's weapon.
Okay, if you can prove your worth, his weapon is yours. Okay, so for some reason, there's a couple things here. For some reason, I don't know why they worded it like this. I don't know how they missed this, like, because I would say the QA across the rest of the game is pretty good. But what he means is basically he's just going to sell Alidoro's weapons to you. He's not giving you his weapon, even though he'll say this now and then a bit later as well. So I don't know how they made that mistake there. And then the second thing is I didn't remember about this conversation when I said that door guardian enemy that we fought at the beginning of the Black Seaside or the beginning of Archabbey might have been Alidoro. So what Rookie Explorer Hugo says is that he found the real Alidoro, which means that there's no way that the door guardian could be Alidoro. So I had forgotten about that, which was why there probably wasn't a note. I don't think that I left a note on that that episode. So yeah, it's not Aladora. He found the real Aladora. Alright, if we purchase, we can buy, using the Sad Zealot's Ergo, we can buy Ouroboros' Eye. It says, a moon sword that was lying asleep in the Arch Abbey. They say this weapon was handcrafted by a legendary alchemist. Philippus Paracelsus was a legend even among the alchemists. The moon sword he made by modelling the Ouroboros mark symbolized wholeness. Cool. Or we could also get an amulet called Impregnable Fortress Amulet. Upon a successful guard, weapon durability is not consumed. Nothing too special there. It said, she hoped to become Simon's sword and perfect shield. When she was finally complete as Laxasia, she chose to become the Iron Armor Warrior without hesitation. Cool. Alright, so we'll grab the weapon. We're still missing these two, but we'll get them in New Game Plus. The rest is good to go. He doesn't say anything. I think he just repeats it slightly differently.
I want to give Aladoro's belongings to someone who knows their worth. It's what he would have wanted. If you can prove your worth, his weapon is yours.
Yeah, so that's basically what he says, but it doesn't really mean anything. Okay, we're pretty much out of time, so I think for the remainder of this episode, I'm just going to listen to that record that we got. The last thing I'll say is that I now think that this book that you can find here at the beginning of the game about the story of the wooden puppet and someone enjoying it, I didn't realize, but I guess it would be us, so it would be P or... well, you'll find out. Alright, we are missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 5 in New Game Plus, and the 6th one is coming up in the next episode. So let's listen to Memory of Beach. Alright, awesome. So there's only one more track to listen to, and we'll be doing that next time. Before we do that, however, we need to go to Rosa Isabel Street to meet up with the test subject that we allowed to escape, or that we helped escape. But for now, though, I want to thank you all for watching episode 21 of Let's Platinum Lies of P. My name is Ultima456, you're the Ultimates, and I'll see you next time.